Hi everyone, today I and Charmin are going to explain and analyze a poem entitled A Poison Tree by William Blake. So let's take a look at the first stanza. I was angry with my friend, I told my wrath did end. I was angry with my foe, I told it not, my wrath did grow. So there are 4 literary elements in this stanza. The first one is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the same consonant sounds in the same line, such as the sound of alphabet W, which is in the line second. I told my wrath did end. So the third one is personification. Personification here is in the fourth line, which is my wrath did grow. So why is it called personification? Because actually wrath cannot grow, but trees can grow. So in this poem, the persona or the poet has compared or make the wrath to become like tree so that it can grow. And this is connecting with the metaphor. So metaphor is a figure of speech in which an implied comparison is made between the objects different in nature. We can say that the wrath of the speaker becomes a metaphorical tree. Next one is the repetition. We can see the repetition at the phrase I was and the phrase I told that are repeated in the stanza. Next, move on to the second stanza. And I watered it in fierce, night and morning with my tears, and I sunned it with smiles and with soft deceitful wiles. So there are 5 literary elements we can find in this stanza. The first one is still alliteration, but this time is not the sound of alphabet W. Sorry, we have misspelling there. We can spot the same consonant sound, which is sound of alphabet S in line 3, and I signed it with smiles. Sun and smiles. The second one is personification. So as I mentioned before, as wrath cannot grow because it is an abstract thing, but when the persona reflect the wrath as a tree, so he waters the wrath. Next is symbolism. In this stanza, symbolism and imagery is quite connected because as the persona make a tree as symbol of his wrath, and when writing the lines in the stanza and until the whole poem, when he used words like tree, apple, garden, there we can readers usually can imagine the trees, the apple, the garden. So that's why we can say there is the use of imagery and symbolism, because the persona has made his poem to be a metaphorical by comparing the wrath with tree.
My name is Charmin, matrix number D201920911143. I will be continuing on what Anis has left off. So in stanza 3, and it grew both day and night, till it bore an apple bright. And my foe beheld it shine, and he knew that it was mine. Here, the persona has used the literary element imagery. So what is imagery? Imagery is used to make readers perceive things with their 5 senses. William Blake has used visual imagery throughout the poem to make his reader create a mental picture, such as stanza 3 line 1, and it grew both day and night, and line 2, till it bore an apple bright. The persona also used metaphor in his poem. Metaphor is a figure of speech in which an implied comparison is made between the objects different in nature. There is only one extended metaphor used in this poem. It is used in the second line of the third stanza. Till it bore an apple bright. Here, the apple is the metaphor of the fruit of his grudge. So moving on to the last slide, in stanza 4, and into my garden stole, where the night has viewed the pole. In the morning glad I see, my foe outstretched beneath the tree. Again, the persona used the imagery element in his poem, and it can be clearly seen in the second and the fourth line of the fourth stanza, when the night has viewed the pole, and my foe outstretched beneath the tree. The persona also used symbolism in his poem. So what is symbolism? Symbolism is using symbols to signify ideas and qualities, giving them symbolic meanings different from literal. Tree symbolizes his wrath and anger, whereas garden is the symbol of the heart where the hatred is nurtured. So that is all from the both of us. We thank you, Miss, for giving us the opportunity to present about this poem, and wishing everyone Selamat Hari Raya.